Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make a color wheel. So you're going to have to draw a circle, and you could freehand draw one, but I found something I could trace. So you could find a cup or a bowl, maybe a Tupperware lid or something to trace. Now, you're going to need a pencil and you're going to need an eraser. However, if I do this with pencil, you may not see it very well, so I'm going to go ahead and use a black marker. Now, it doesn't have to be a Sharpie, but I'm going to go ahead and do a Sharpie. I'm actually going to use this marker here, because it's got a finer point on it. And I'm going to trace my circle. So I hold it with my hands and I take my pencil or my marker and I put it like it's kind of kissing the edge of the piece of the circle here. So you want it to just kind of get right up against the edge, and I'm slowly going to make sure that my marker's touching the entire edge of the circle. And then I'm going to move my hand, and I'm not going to move my circle, otherwise I'm going to have kind of a wonky circle. And if it's wonky, that's okay. Maybe your parents can help you trace a circle for you, okay? So now I've got my circle traced. And again, I would do this all in pencil. So I like to kind of make a little dot in the center, just so I know where the center of my circle is. I'm going to make that a little darker so you guys can see it better, okay? Now, I would use like a ruler, and I'm going to draw basically a line that goes from side to side. I'm not going to do a ruler today because I want you to kind of see that you can draw lines sometimes that aren't, perfectly straight, and it still works out good. And again, if I were drawing this in pencil, I can erase those if I didn't like it. So I'm going to start from one side here, and I'm going to go right through that center dot all the way to the other side and stop. Okay, now I've divided it in half this way, which is horizontal. You would think I'm going to draw a line vertically this way, but I'm not. I want to draw two diagonal lines, and diagonal lines are like a vertical line. Let's say this is a vertical line, straight up and tall, that is kind of falling over like that. Okay, so I'm going to draw a diagonal line going from corner to corner. So I also sometimes kind of mark where I want to do it. I'm going to start here. I'm going to draw a line all the way from here to here. Okay, now that's one line. Now I'm going to do another one going from this way to this way, another diagonal line. And again, maybe mom and dad can help you if you can't do it. But I'm going to go from here, just kind of like when we did our names last week. Okay, like that. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. That's what I wanted. I want to have 6 sections. And I'm going to color in my primary and my secondary colors in here. So before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and add my little I guess details to make him look more like a turtle. So I'm going to add a head, and a little turtle head is going to be kind of like an upside down U, from like that to that. And you know what I do? I air draw a lot of times. So I like to go and kind of pretend I'm drawing it, even though I'm not, so I can kind of practice it. I don't want to make something too teeny tiny. I want to make something that kind of fits his body. So I'm going to do an upside down U like that. Okay. And then I'm going to draw I'm going to give him a little face. I'm going to draw upside down. So I'm going to do kind of an upside down, kind of like a little rainbow, I guess is what you call it. And I'm going to do a little face here and a little eye there, and put a dot there and a dot there. And see, he's upside down because he's looking up at me. So if you were wanting to, you could take it and you could turn it, and you could draw the U this way and give him his eyes and his mouth like that. Now, I want to give him a little tail, which I'm going to do a little triangle right here. And then I'm going to give him 4 feet. And most of the time he tucks them in, but I'm going to put one like that. These are more upside down U's or U's, like this one's going to be kind of sideways. I'm going to do another one here. I'm going to do another one over here. I'm going to do another one over here. So I'm getting some eyelashes because, of course, mine's a girl. So there I have my turtle, and I could draw some grass, because maybe he's in the grass. Maybe I could do a little ladybug down here. And do a little head here. Do a little, I can color in later. Okay, so there's my little ladybug, and there's my tiny little turtle. Now I'm going to color him in. So if I'm going to be coloring him in, I'm going to need my, whoopsie, I'm going to need my crayons. Or I could do markers, or I could do colored pencils. I am going to do my, I'm going to do crayons this time. So I've got all my crayons here. I got the twisty kind. You don't have to use the twisty kind, but I found these in my closet, didn't know I even had them. So I went ahead and used them. I seem to be missing a color. I am missing one of the primary colors, I think. Let me see. I think I'm missing the blue. So I'll find that in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my colors, and I want to start with my primary. So I want yellow, and I want, that's not my red. I want red, and I want blue. I'll pause for a second and let me go find them. Okay, so I found them. I've got my red, my yellow, and my blue. So make sure, I had to test mine. I did them over here on another piece of paper to kind of make sure I found the right colors of red, yellow, and blue that I wanted. Because sometimes I looked at stuff and like my oranges, this one was more of a true orange and this one was kind of too light. And this one almost looks pink, but when I colored it on a piece of paper, it was not pink. So I'm going to start with my yellow. I'm going to put my yellow one here. So I'm going to kind of color that little part in yellow. I'm not coloring the whole thing in quite yet. I just want to do a place marker. So I did yellow. Now I'm going to skip a space and I'm going to do red. Then I'm going to skip a space and I'm going to do blue. Okay, so I've got yellow, red, blue, and I've got a space in between each one. And guess what's going to go there? Well, yellow and red make, what do they make? If you watched OK Go, it showed you yellow and red make orange. So I'm going to take my orange and I'm going to put my orange here. Then red and blue make purple. So I'm going to put my purple here. Okay, then yellow and blue make green. I hope you like that OK Go. That was one of my favorite animated kind of video things, stop motion animation. Well, so speaking of that, I'm going to take my video here and I am going to color this in. And again, you know, don't worry about it being perfect. And my turtle's kind of small. You could make a bigger turtle. We could add more things here. I might do that later and show you what it looks like kind of finished. So I'm going to meet back with you after this is all colored in. So here is my cute little turtle, colorful little turtle. Of course, I had to do her pink because that's my favorite color and she's a girl turtle. Guess I could have put a bow in her hair or something. And of course, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I went and I recolored some of these sections. This one looked a little too yellow to me. So I went and found, I guess I didn't test my colors well. So I went and found one that looks more like a true green and I kind of colored over it. And this one seemed too light. So I found a darker purple color or violet. I added some leaves here. I guess I would have been best if I had done it first with a marker. I don't know if I could draw back over it now. And I guess I could go around it, but I could add some other things in here with the marker or even go in here with my Sharpie. I could add, I don't know, if I wanted to, I could come in here with different colored markers and maybe add some polka dots or something on her. And I have to be careful because sometimes when you use crayon and you try to go over with the marker, sometimes it ruins the marker. These crayons are a little bit different than the normal crayons, I think. They're not as waxy. So I could go and add some patterns to it if I wanted to, make them more colorful. Definitely add some more little ladybugs or maybe a snail, maybe a color wheel snail. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video lesson. And again, show me what you've made, upload it to Canvas, and I hope you have a really good time making this. Bye.